Right. Welcome to the video lectures of Java programming. So in this particular video, I'm going to talk about the thread synchronization. So this is the outline of my lecture. First, I'll talk about lecture outcome, then I'll talk about thread synchronization and what are the methods we have in this synchronization. Then we'll see some reflections part. Then we'll see some lecture level practice problems. So the outcome of this particular lecture is you can apply priorities to threads in the programs. And what do you mean by synchronization means? The synchronization is a process of allowing only one thread to access a shared resources at a time. For example, if you take our CPU, so all the things or whatever the work we are doing under the CPU, all the resources are shared to all the applications. So if simultaneously more than one application is working on a simultaneously, it may be get a chance, it may be failure. So that is why the synchronization will helps in execute only one method, one after one method. So in Java programming, it supports multi-threading already, you know. The problem of shared resources occurs when two or more threads get executed at the same time. In such a situation, we need some way to ensure that the shared resource will be accessed by only one thread at a time. And this is performed with the help of this synchronization concept. In order to overcome this problem, we have synchronization concept in Java. So in Java, in order to achieve this synchronization, we have two concepts, that is mutual exclusion and inter-thread communication, right? So what do you mean by mutual exclusion? So using this mutual exclusion process, we can keep the threads from interfering with one another while they're accessing the shared resources. So in order to achieve this mutual exclusion, we'll have two things, that is synchronized method and another one is synchronized block. With the help of these two, you can achieve this mutual exclusion. The next thing is synchronized method. This method is very important. So whenever you are creating this particular method, you have to use a keyword called synchronized. So it allows only one object to access it at a time. So when an object calls a synchronized method, it put a lock on that method so that other objects of the thread, while trying to call the same method, wait until the lock is released. So once the lock is released on the shared resources, one of the threads among waiting threads will be allocated to the shared resources. So for example, if you take this is the processor, so it will have multiple threads like T1, T2. So when this particular T1 is executing, this T2 will wait. Okay. So once after T1 executed and it came out, then only the T2 is get started execute. Okay. So synchronized block. So synchronized block is used whenever we want to, when we want to synchronize only a specific sequence of lines. For example, if 100 lines of there, but I want to make synchronize only the from fifth line to 10th line. In that situations, we have to use the synchronization block. The syntax of the synchronization block is synchronized object. Okay, and whatever the code you want to, whatever the lines you want to synchronize, you have to write within this, then close the things. The complete code of a method may written in inside a synchronized block where it is worked similarly as synchronized method. So if you are not using this one completely, it will work as a synchronized method. So next is inter-thread communication. So this is also one of the method to achieve the synchronization concept. So this communication is a concept when two or more threads communicate to solve the problem of polling. So polling is the situation to check some condition repeatedly to take appropriate option. The once the condition is true, the inter-thread communication allows the synchronized threads to communicate with each other. And the Java provides the following methods to achieve inter-thread communication, that is wait, notify, and notify all. These are the three methods we are going to use to achieve this inter-thread communication. And these are the methods. So void wait. So it makes current thread to pass its execution until thread in the same monitor calls notify. Void notify, it wakes up the thread call wait on the same object. notify all, it wakes up all the threads that called wait on the same object. So by using these three methods, we are going to achieve this inter-thread communication concept, right? So this is the lecture level problem. Then further, we can concentrate. We can you just go through the complete reference Java book and followed by tutorial sheet. Thank you.